We've worked together for several years now, and we're inseparable. Jake is my best friend, and Tony has graduated from best friend to lover in the past year. The three of us go everywhere together, and we always make sure we are on the same assignments for our news photo agencies. I gazed at Tony surreptitiously for a moment, thinking how fit and healthy he looked as he sat on part of a felled tree trunk, loading 2 of his cameras with rolls of new film. Tony, who is Irish, is 10 years older than me. Stocky and muscular, he has inherited his mother's black Irish good looks, and is a handsome and charismatic man. But it's his masculinity, his potent sexuality, that women found most appealing, even overwhelming, and certainly irresistible, as I have discovered. Considered to be one of the world's great war photographers, of the same ilk as the late Robert Capa, he is something of a risk-taker when it comes to getting his pictures. This does not unduly worry me, although I know it gives Jake Newberg cause for concern. He has discussed it with me frequently of late. I eyed Jake, sitting on the grass with his back to a tree, looking nonchalant as he made notes in the small blue leather notebook he always carried with him. Jake is also an American, a Jew from Georgia, is the way he likes to describe himself. At 38, he is also one of the top war photographers, a prize winner like Tony. I've won many awards myself, but I've never attempted to put myself in their league, although Tony and Jake say I belong there, that I'm just as good as they are. Jake is tall, lean, with a physical toughness about him that makes him seem indestructible. Anyway, that's the way I view him. He's an attractive man with an expressive face, blondish, curly hair, and the most vivid blue eyes I've ever seen. Yet despite his puckishness and the mischievous twinkle that often glints in those eyes, I long ago discovered that Jake is the most compassionate of men, and I've come to appreciate his understanding of the complexities of the human heart and the human frailties we are all afflicted with. Tony glanced up as he became aware of me hovering over him. "What is it?" he asked, frowning slightly. "Is something wrong?" "I hope Ajit's all right, Tony. He's been gone—" "I'm sure he is," Tony cut in quickly with a certain firmness, and then he gave me a reassuring smile. "It's very quiet, peaceful out there, isn't it?" I nodded. "There's hardly any sign of life." "Doesn't surprise me. I think the village is probably half deserted by now. It's more than likely that a lot of locals have already left, are moving south ahead of the Serbian army, crossing the border into Albania as fast as they can." "You're probably right." I sat down on the grass and fell silent, ruminating. Jake glanced at me, then looked thoughtfully at Tony. He said in a brisk tone, "Let's abandon this shoot. Get the hell out of here, Tony. I've got a bad feeling." "But we won't get this chance again," I felt bound to point out, sitting up straighter, staring at Jake. Ajit suddenly reappeared. He came wandering in from the road, looking as if he had no cares in the world. Not only did he seem unperturbed, he actually looked pleased with himself, almost smug. "Everything's set up," he announced in his perfect English, learned during the 8 years he had lived and worked in Brooklyn, where his uncle and cousin still lived. "I saw my guy," he continued. "I talked to him at length. We drank coffee. He has just closed his shop, gone out to the farmhouse in the field at the other side of the village. The farmhouse is the KLA's headquarters now. He is going to bring the top leaders here." Ajit broke off, looking at his Rolex watch, a cheap copy of the real thing bought on the streets of Manhattan. He nodded to himself and finished, "1 more hour. Yes. In 1 hour approximately they will come to the village. We will meet them at the shop. Now we relax. We wait here." "Good man," Tony exclaimed, beaming at the young Kosovar. "And since we've got an hour to kill, we should eat. Let's get the bottled water and the sandwiches from the jeep." Jumping up, Tony started to walk towards the road. Ajit exclaimed, No, Tony. Please, sit down, please. Do not trouble yourself. I will go for the box of sandwiches and the water," I murmured.